Yo, Elliot. Hey, so I got a really good question here from one of our longtime subscribers. He says he's been watching my videos since like 2007 or 8 when I first started making them. Anyway, he's in martial arts and he's discovered through watching my videos that he's got a muscular imbalance that creates a situation where his knees buckle in when you squat. So you guys who are brand new to strength training, or you've got muscular imbalances just due to faulty recruitment patterns, the way you perform your sport just creates imbalances. You know that when the knees buckle in, it's associated with tight adductors and weak abductors. Now the reason why I enunciate those fucking words is because our buddy, I think Jake is your name, right? You're getting those confused, and he wants to know, how can I have tight abductors and weak abductors? Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a really quick lesson on how to remember biomechanics. Adduction is anything that is coming closer to your body. You remember that because the word is add. It's adding to your body. So when you squat or when you do anything with your knees or your legs and you medially rotate, your knees buckle in, they're coming closer to your body. That's adduction. And there are muscles that adduct your thighs, right? We would just generally refer to them as the group of adductors. But you've got like your gracilis, and you got, I don't have my anatomy book because I don't memorize all these freaking terms, but there are some muscles that are in there. There are a couple of them that adduct your thigh, which is also coupled with medial rotation. As your upper leg, your femur medially rotates, it rotates in, it adducts. That's why your knees look like they're about to bang into each other. They'll knock-kneed. Those are tight in relation to your abductors, abductors. Some people will say abductors, just so it's clear. That's the muscles that help externally rotate your upper leg, your femur, and turn your legs out. If you want to get into a deep functional squat, you're going to want to have a situation where the abductors are strong enough to keep your knees out, and your adductors need to be loose enough to allow them to move out while you sit down between your feet into a deep squat, right? The challenge here is that we don't generally live lifestyles. I spoke about it the other day where we're driving and we're constantly adducting and medially rotating, adducting and medially rotating. We sit all day long. Flexion of the hip is generally associated with medial rotation of the upper leg. So really, if you want to be able to squat, everything that we do in our waking lives does not contribute to our ability to squat. There was a time when human beings squatted to do everything. They didn't have back pain back then, right? They didn't have constipation back then either, because they squatted down to take a shit. I've talked about this in many videos. They would squat down, that's how they would build things. That's how they build fire, that's how they communicate. They'd sip tea down in that position, right? Many parts of the world, they still do that. They either sit cross-legged, they sit on their knees, on their thighs, or into a deep squat position, and they eat and they drink. That's what human beings did until the advent of the toilet bowl and chair, right? Hey, toilet bowls are nice and everything, but they fucked us up a little bit. Chairs are cool, but they're not designed for the biomechanics of the human body, right? We're really designed to squat. So we've created a situation where our lifestyles dictate muscular imbalance, creates muscular imbalance. And what you're gonna have to do if you're gonna go to the gym and you want to perform functional movement patterns, which is a great idea, it's awesome, and you're in martial arts, so you should probably have to do that. You're going to have to use corrective stretches and exercises and special cues to support yourself in being able to do what is basically human. Now, Elliot Hulse has a very arrogant tone about himself quite often, but by no means do I ever want to position myself as I've got it all together, I figured it out, I'm perfect, because I'm not. I'm one of the furthest from fucking perfect. That's why I'm so interested in all these things, because it's like, damn, I'm fucked up, how can I help myself? So, and as I fix myself up in different realms of life, I have a whole channel about what I think about areas in philosophy and psychology, just life in general, right? Religion, politics, I talk about all this shit, because I'm actually fascinated with it. I don't know anything, I'm just exploring. I show you what I discover while I explore. Take it or leave it, But anyway, you're lucky because right now I'm working feverishly on my ability to squat deep. So I've just made a video, you might have seen it before this one, or shortly after this one. I have on the same t-shirt, I just made it, that shows you all the corrective stretches that I use to loosen the adductors, namely the adductors. That's where I spend most of my time stretching. The adductors, mobilizing the hips, and strengthening the abductors. And I would invite you to go and check out that video. It's called Stretches for Deep Squatting. I think that's what I'll title it. So, just go to my channel, search it, or if I remember, which I never do, so don't count on it, I'll annotate it. But anyway, so you're gonna wanna stretch the inner part of your thighs. Don't get caught up with the terminology. Terminology are just words, they're just symbols, I use a lot of words that you guys have never heard before, but don't be attached to them. And that's why it seems so easy to listen to Elliott Hell's talk, even though I speak with big words sometimes, because I just try to point to what's actually happening. The fucking word is just a symbol. You're not cool because you know big words, you have a big vocabulary. You're cool when you understand things. And what you need to understand is that your inner thighs are fucking tight and your ass is weak. Weak ass, tight thighs. So you're gonna use the stretches that I show you in that video, and you're also going to use a cue and another exercise that I'll just show you right now. The cue is, while you're squatting, show your crotch, right? So as you squat, you're going down to a barbell squat. Think about this. Hopefully you guys, I'm gonna attempt to make it so that you guys can watch me here. Right? Hopefully you can see me well, but what you're gonna attempt is, as you're squatting, think about showing your crotch. Boom, I'm going down into it. Boom, show your crotch, show your crotch, show your crotch, show your crotch. That's gonna help you avoid this, right? That is gonna be coupled with all types of toe problems, back problems, shoulder problems. It's a kinetic chain issue. Show your crotch, go down, boom, show your crotch. As you're coming up, especially when you're coming up, show your crotch. That's the cue. The exercise that you're gonna use is, you could imagine, right? Just imagine that you're doing what I just showed you. Let me bring this back up. Imagine that you're doing what I just showed you, but this time wrap either a rubber band around your thighs right above your knees, or a belt, tie a belt. I made videos about this. One of the top comments in one of my videos was, Elliott's favorite phrase is, I made a video about this, because I fucking did. I'm going on like 1,000 videos between my two channels, actually more. So maybe one day I'll categorize them. I don't know, probably not. But anyway, so you can take a belt, like a training belt, or even just like a regular, a belt that you wear when you put it on your pants, and tie it around your thighs right above your knees. And as you're squatting, you go up and down in a squat, push out on the belt, like you want to break through the belt. And what is that doing? It's strengthening your glutes, which are your femoral abductors, right? They externally rotate and abduct the thigh. So that's it, dude. Look, this is probably one of the most common muscular imbalances, and the one that leads to not only dysfunctional squatting patterns, but back pain and lack of performance. So, good question, I'm done. Yo, Elliott,